Hey guys, so this is going to be my month-long impressions video of what it was like riding Berd spokes. My friends at Wheelworks have lent me this carbon OG rim that they make, which is their gravel rim, and they've just gotten into making these wheels with Berd spokes, which are made of Dyneema, which is this kind of I think nylon polymer. I have to look that up. It's a basically what's used in like cycling shoes, tents, tent fabric, often those super lightweight tents, and in sailing, and there's really high tensile strength. If you can see there, that is what it looks like. You're riding. See the hub? Looks like you're riding on shoelaces. So it'll be really interesting. Off for my first ride now, see what they feel like. Yeah, and I'm gonna have a couple of weeks, maybe a month of riding Berd spokes on my gravel bike, and yeah, I'll see what I think of them. Noticing is how light they are, having ridden alloy 650B wheels for quite some time. Yeah, they feel very light, climbing very well. I don't know yet if I've noticed. I was maybe expecting them to feel more different than they do. Like, quite surprised at how they just feel like normal wheels. Honest first impressions are pretty impressed. You'd think it would feel like you're just riding along on a pool noodle, but they just feel like really light wheels. It does feel like a little bit like you've got soft tire pressure, but not as much as you'd think. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, like my main takeaway so far is when I'm climbing, it feels super light. Ooh, I'll never be your knight is shining. Well, first impressions ride done, and I took it down some of the more advanced ones in Mount Vic. Not the most advanced, obviously, but they're insane. They felt amazing. I only weigh about 70 kilos, so maybe that's, and the carbon rim means it feels pretty stiff to me, to be honest. Super comfy.
And yeah, yeah, let's see how they go over the week, a few weeks that I have them.
Alright, I think I'm just gonna kind of round out the kind of riding I did and what I think of these wheels. Most of my gravel riding is basically just on single track mountain bike stuff. In Wellington, we don't really have, you know, the big long gravel roads like you see in America, and I think like a lot of, well, that's probably not true. At least for me, most of my gravel riding is under biking really. So that would be the caveat, is most of my testing of these wheels is in that context of riding pretty technical, slow, lots of hills kind of stuff. So with that in mind, I sort of need a wheel that can just handle technical stuff and needs to not break spokes. You need to have confidence in it. And I honestly can say I felt that. I rode all of the stuff that is at the top, top end of the technical stuff that I would ride in terms of like grade fours in Wellington, in terms of really technical rooty stuff on Mount Vic. I also went down to Christchurch for a weekend and did some stuff on the Port Hills. Did again some a lot of this footage is me walking my bike, funnily enough, but I swear I did actually ride as well. For some reason I just always want to film the hiker bike. I'm sort of known for loving hiker bike for some reason.
Out on some very rocky stuff, testing the limits, and yeah, they're all still there. They're all still there. We're headed to the Urban Grinduro little event this weekend. A couple of my local trails, and hitting up some super greasy, muddy stuff on the Berds. Partway through, lots of nav issues and hiking upstairs, but really enjoying it so far. Oh, shit.
I think the first thing you're going to notice if you try these is that the the weight is insane. They're the lightest off-road wheels I've ever tried by far. With using these, you'll sort of initially love them for the climbing, but then you actually kind of fall in love with them for the descending quality as well. And I think that's what I would say I noticed in terms of the flexing, is like you all of a sudden have something like a big impact on a route or something, and it feels like you've got quite soft tires when in fact you don't. So that's yeah, I'd say that would be one of the main things I noticed and grew to really like. I think some of the main concerns people would have would be about like the durability and like the longevity of the spokes. From my chats with Tristan, who's building these wheels, they've tested them, and like each of like the Dyneema spokes can like fails at about 300 kgs of load or something, like a ridiculous tensile strength for what they are. I think the main concern would be if you got like an abrasion, a scratch along the spoke, then they have the potential to fail. But it's so new that I guess who knows. What's the aero penalty? You can't have bladed Dyneema spokes. They're round spokes. So you can't. So there will be some aero penalty, I imagine, from like carbon bladed race wheels. And I don't know what that penalty would be. I imagine it's not too dissimilar to your typical spokes though. So I think the price. I mean, the other main downside would be the price. Is that they are quite a lot more expensive than even top of the line carbon spokes. I know Wheelworks we're running like a promotion to get a free upgrade to Berd spokes, which may or may not be running at the time that I post this, but I really just think the way to know is to just, and Wheelworks have demo wheels of this, is just to go and try ride one to see if it's going to be for you or not. I don't know whether I'm like quite a light climber, so like for me, the feel of them was pretty good. But maybe if you're 100 kilos more stocky guy, maybe you would notice the flexing more, and it might be more off-putting. I don't know. So I think, would I keep riding them? 100%. Would I ride them on my road bike? I don't know, honestly. Would I ride them on a mountain bike? I also don't know. But I would definitely ride them on a gravel bike. Yeah, I don't know if I have any other thoughts really. I'd be really interested to aero test them, which I think Tristan mentioned he might be interested in doing. So maybe we could get identical wheels and take them to the velodrome with carbon bladed spokes and these Berd spokes and see what the aero cost is. Yep, those are my thoughts. If you're interested and you're in New Zealand, or if you're anywhere, honestly, Wheelworks are making these wheels now. They had like some of the XC riders. I think her name's Sammy and Ethan. Both of them, I think, have been racing high level cross country, like XCO type stuff on Berd spoke wheels. And Sammy just won the world champs on them under 23. So, yeah, they clearly are high performing wheels. I think the best way is to just give them a try. Yeah, that's me. That's my gear review. Okay. See you.